Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm so glad that we are getting to meet all of you today. So thank you so much, first of all, for joining this webinar that is being co-hosted for all of you by Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute for Management and Financial Studies and in association with VAN Skilling and Advisory. So Professor Kavita Mishra and I will be talking to you about some of the things that we could collectively do. You know, the times are not so great, but we'll see how best we could navigate through these times. We'll see how best we could figure out the best possible options for you all, and, you know, how could we all collectively work through this. So a quick introduction. So I'm Meenu Bhatia. I'm a co-founder and director of this organization called VAN Skilling and Advisory. So I worked with different organizations like Godrej Group, an Australian MNC called CHEP India, and then for 7.5 years I worked with the Piramal Group across different functions in HR, across different geographies. I worked in the UK, US. I worked in Sri Lanka and in India. I was managing different functions. And a couple of years ago, I decided to quit my full-fledged job and you know, start my own enterprise. So this is an enterprise that, you know, we've been working with since last 2 years now, working with clients, working with different B schools. And one of the reasons why we thought we could partner together for this particular initiative is because, you know, we're trying to see how could we build that industry academia gap per se that exists today and bridge it up in such a way that students today exactly know what are the demands from the corporates, and the corporates know how do we get students to leverage the skills and be future ready. So I'm happy to be, you know, part of this particular interaction. I will be talking to you for next 30 to 40 minutes, after which Professor Kavita Mishra will actually take up the session. So while I'll be talking about, you know, what does it really take to navigate through these turbulent times, Professor Mishra will actually be talking to you about some of the options that are available for you to go up and look as far as your summer internships are concerned. So I'm very happy to be here again. We have 94 participants out here. So yeah, looking forward to interacting. Like I said, we've muted all of you right now, but at the right time, when we open up the forum for question and answer session, we will unmute all of you and you can ask your questions, you know, to us at that point of time. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you know of this story, but I'll kind of quickly talk to you about what this is. So this is my favorite story. As a kid, I used to really love this story, and now I read the story out to my little nephew. So this is a ant and a grasshopper story. So the story goes like, the ant is, it's the summertime, you know, the grasshopper is all happy, you know, the grasshopper has all the time in the world to be joyful, to be merry, and to be, you know, happy. So he decides to, the grasshopper decides to while away the time. Okay, are we not on mute, all of us? Okay. So the grasshopper decides to while away all the time and you know, actually play music, and the ant is actually building up for the future. So she is actually, you know, collecting stuff and collecting things that could help her when you know, when the winters set in. So she's building up for the future, and the grasshopper is like, you're so silly, you know, you have all the time in this world right now, just have fun, you know, just do nothing. And the ant kind of ignores him, but later when the winters set in, the ant is all set for the winters, and the grasshopper actually doesn't have anything to eat. So the grasshopper actually goes to the ant and says that, can you help me? You know, can you help me with some food? And the ant is able to help him for a few days, but then eventually she's like, you should have taken care of the good times. You know, you should have taken care of the times when you were actually able to make a difference in your own life. And now, you know, the time has gone. So now you need to look for yourself. And I really like this story is because in these times, the times that we are now, I think we all could be these ants. The times may be turbulent. You all might feel, oh, the sky is falling. Uh, but I strongly believe that talents that we have right now can only be an opportunity for us. If you happen to look around, if you happen to look around, there are enough number of opportunities that you can create for yourself. And of course, it's like you need to take precautions at this point of time. You must stay at home. But what I'm really talking about here is, how do you choose to think? How do you choose to act based on what's going on in the world right now? So what's your mindset, right? Like, you can either be a grasshopper at this point of time in terms of your mindset, or you can actually be an ant. And honestly, I think this is a very good time for us to be thinking like ants. This is a time to build something up, and it really depends on each one of you to decide what is it that you really want to build up. And actually, the days ahead, the days that will follow. So if you go up on the internet and look at all the recessions that have happened in the past, you would know that every data point, every single data point says that the recession will come to an end. This time will come to an end, and economies will always bounce back. Life will go back to normal as well. So how are you preparing yourself for the changed world? Every businessman today, every management guru today, every professor in the world today is talking about the fact that things are going to look drastically different. The world is going to change entirely. It will not be the same world again. So how are you going to build yourself up at this point of time is what will actually help you when you step into that new world. And therefore, what's really important is to know what is important for you right now. Looking, um, actually whiling away time on Netflix is important, or do you really want to kind of create something out there? Do you really want to go out and create a new opportunity for you, for yourself? So focus on what's more important for you. I was talking to a bunch of students the other day, and one of them said something which really touched me. So the student said that, what, I've never focused on my health, and suddenly I'm realizing that being at home, I should focus on my health as well. I should get fitter, because I would never get this opportunity to work on my health again. And I thought maybe that's what the person is looking at. That's what is for this person in this person's life, and therefore focus on what's important. And as in the ant and the grasshopper story, for grasshopper, the focus was all about having fun, making merry. And for the ant, it was about collecting things, building up skills, building up her treasure trove for something which was up ahead. And like I said, it's very easy to be a grasshopper in these times. You will have, while people may say, oh, you're stuck at home, you can't do much, but you can actually do a lot. And it's easy to kind of waste time, if I may put it that way. It's very easy to be a grasshopper. Symbolically, grasshopper here means that you are actually, wasting time on things that don't matter to you. You might say, okay, Netflix matters to me. That's perfectly okay. But all I'm saying is you should know what matters to you, and you should focus your time there. You should consciously bring your attention to the fact that, okay, this is what I really need to do. And honestly, when I personally look at things, I always feel that possibly I'll never get this time again. I'll pray I never get this time again to be, sitting at home, having the luxury of time to decide what do I really want to do in life. So it's so to kind of, reflect back and say that, okay, you know what, I have all the time in this world right now. What do I focus on? Which things that I really should be doing? And therefore that, line in the red, that when times are turbulent, just focus on the right things. Just focus on what feels right to you. matters to you, and great things always happen. Okay, so coming to what the good summer placement matrices should look like. What should you actually doing during your summer placements. And I think there's only one big matrice that you should be thinking about is how would you face your final placements after 1 year. So think of that goal which says that okay, when you're sitting in front of a prospective recruiter, how would you want to project your final placement story, or how would you project your summer placement story to to the potential recruiter. So think from that perspective to say that okay, how am I going to talk about the impact, how am I going to talk about what I learned, how am I going to talk about the stakeholders I influenced, how am I going to actually stand, because that interviewer is potentially talking to hundreds of students. How will you want yourself to stand out at that point of time? Have that goal, and you will be able to kind of think about what matters right now. After 1 year, what do you want? How do you want to be? How do you want to be sitting in front of the recruiter and asking questions, telling them about your projects, telling them about your experience, and build that experience right now. So work backwards. Define the what, why, how, and who appropriately. So why are you doing the project? Any project that you pick up, why are you actually doing that project? What is the end goal like for that particular project? What are you actually doing? What process, what kind of methodology are you following out there? How have you done this? What is the whole process? What kind of research insights have you brought in? What kind of knowledge have you uncovered? What kind of articles have you gone through? What kind of papers have you put together? How is equally important out here? And finally, how would you manage your stakeholders? So some of you would have already, or most of you would have already got virtual internships. A thing with virtual internships is you do not see people all the time. You do not get to see your mentors all the time. What kind of arrangement would you have with your mentor? Because the mentor will be actually managing thousands of other things also, because way of working is changing, the complexities are more, so they are actually managing so many other things as well. So what kind of arrangement would you want to have with your mentor? How would you come across as somebody who's on top of the thing, so that you go to your mentor not to ask what should I do next, but more to say this is what I've done, this is what I want to do, are you okay with it? So for the mentor, the perspective is that, okay, this person can manage things on his or her own. All I need to do is just guide that person. So your approach with the mentor, your approach with the internship is what will really matter the most when you are talking to a potential recruiter, and also when you are extracting the most out of this internship. So if you wait for your mentor to always tell you what to do next, you will possibly be waiting for next 2 months. So therefore, you need to identify proactively that, okay, if this is the end objective that's given to me, what are the steps that I need to follow? Get your mentor's concurrence. And that's all the stakeholder management is all about. How do you get your stakeholders to say yes to your proposals? You want them to be on your side. So therefore, what is the objective of the project? Why are you doing the project in the first place? What kind of problems are you trying to solve from this particular project? How are you doing it? What kind of knowledge, research, insights are you bringing in? And who are you actually dealing with? How are you managing your stakeholders? How are you influencing your stakeholders? How are you getting them to take decisions faster? And then once you're done with all of these, you have to work on your elevator pitch for the summers. Now, what's an elevator pitch? It's like if somebody tells you you just have 2 minutes to actually talk about your summer project, and basis that we will decide if we want to recruit you or not. How will you pitch your project in 2 minutes? How would you convince the recruiter that you've really done a good job? Yeah, so therefore it's important that that when you create, so keep this end goal in mind, that at the end of 2 months my 2 minute pitch should look like this, and then start working backwards. So if you say I want to talk about the impact, start thinking about the impact right away. If you say I want to talk about some breakthrough ideas, start thinking about these breakthrough ideas right away. So what is that pitch going to look like? And also have one half page ready for your half page essay, maybe, to say what did you actually do in your summons. And that's a good metrics when it comes to measuring how good your summer project was. And eventually, when you sit in front of a potential recruiter, they look at only two things. They don't look at, what kind of innovative ideas have you put in place, or, what business results did it bring in. See, for any student, summer placement is a
May
I request everybody to be on mute, please? I can still hear a lot of people on. 1 second.
Unmute.
I'm sorry, Kavita, I think you'll have to put everybody on mute. I can't do it now. Okay, so all right, so basically, any potential interviewer would always know that you do not have a work experience to talk about. So they would only look at your summer project to see what have you really done, what are you really capable of doing. And they would look at two things. They would look at, what's your mindset like to solve crucial business problems. It's the mindset. I'm not saying how can you solve business problems. They look at your mindset. Do you have the mindset to look at a problem as an opportunity? Do you have the mindset to kind of say that, okay, these are the different angles from which I can potentially look at a problem. They look at your mindset to solve problems, and they look at your potential to learn. Do you have that learning agility? Do you kind of have that attitude to learn new things? Do you have that attitude to roll up your sleeves and dive head on into the problem and be able to solve that? So they look for those two things, and you need to also think of how do you expand your recruiter's interest through your summer project, because again there'll be hundreds of students sitting for the summer placements. How are you going to expand the recruiter's interest so that the recruiter is specifically interested in your project? Yeah. So, and when I say, the whole learning, it's not about saying that I learned how to make an Excel sheet, or I learned how to launch a new product. It's about the how. So when you're talking to somebody about your learnings, the recruiter is interested in the how of the things. That how did you actually do that? You may say that, okay, I assisted somebody in launching a new product. What was your contribution like? Can you say that I brought in research insights, I brought in some market data? Now that will, give that recruiter that confidence that, okay, you have that ability to think proactively. You do not shy away from doing all the dirty work when it comes to launching something big. So the recruiter wants to see that learning agility. They want to know how proactive you are. How can you manage things without too much of supervision? How can you, think on your own feet? And that's what they really want to, they really want to see in you. Okay. So how do you leverage this? So I kept talking about, the mindsets. I kept talking about the fact that you need to think differently. I think we all are in an uncharted territory. So we all understand that, everybody is going through the same process where, there is a lot of uncertainty. The waters are like choppy right now. We've never been in this situation before. But really what will make the difference out here is how do you respond to this choppiness? how do you respond to something which nobody has seen? So we all are in the same boat in a way, but what I'm trying to say out here is, don't get complacent. Push past those metaphorical roadblocks that we may have in the mind, that, oh, the roads are choppy, nobody will hire me now, um, you know there are no opportunities available. Get past that mindset, first of all. Put that energy out there, that there are enough opportunities available. We will find the opportunities, and keep looking for those opportunities. So I'm going to talk about those opportunities in a bit, and these are all in the same slide. The other bit, which I've been talking to a lot of people, is about the discipline. There'll be a lot of opportunities for you to actually uh, show indiscipline in your own life. See, nobody is going to kind of come and check what are you doing at your house, but then it's a discipline that you need to build for yourself, that, okay, how do you want to work when you are in the house? There'll be hundreds of distractions. The TV could go on, somebody might demand your attention, but how would you want to set your own standards for discipline? Somebody known to me was telling me that she actually gets up each morning around the same time. She actually exercises around the same time. She dresses up, thinking that she's actually going to the work, and she just steps out of her bedroom and she moves on to her table and chair to start working. Now, that's a mindset shift to say that, okay, I choose not to work out of my pajamas today. I really want to kind of, dress up and, be with that energy that, okay, I am actually working. And then your mind starts thinking that now I've got into the work mode, so I need to start thinking about the work. So what is that discipline that you really want to bring in? Do you want to tell yourself that, okay, come what may, the way I would, work in my office for 9 hours a day, I would still want to focus 9 hours here when I'm working in my house. I would still want to kind of, take just that half an hour lunch break and just focus on my work. I have all the time to do all the other things once my 9 hours are over, because in any case, I'm saving on my commute time. So I can use that commute time for something which I'm personally fond of. So it's that mindset that you want to bring in. Find a mentor. It's so important in these times, not just in these times, actually, every time, it's so important to have the right mentor. Your mentor could be anybody. Your mentor could be somebody from your college, one of your professors. It could be somebody from the industry. It could be somebody from your seniors. Find a mentor with whom you can bounce things off. The mentor is not going to tell you what to do. You have to come up and say that, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the path that I've laid out. From your experience, with your experience, what do you think will work or will not work? How do I change my whole approach? So the proactiveness has to come from you. Build yourself on LinkedIn. I keep telling every student I meet that it's so important for you to build your LinkedIn brand, because people see you out there. People actually know that you exist. If you're able to kind of build your brand, you may want to write something, you may want to put your opinion out there, you may want to post some videos out there that will actually, tell people out there in the market that what do you stand for, what are your strengths like, what is your value proposition like, and what is your brand like. So build yourself up on LinkedIn. Don't shy away from the fact that, okay, I can't write, how will people think of me? No, just put yourself out there. End of the day, it's your thought process that matters. It's not about, how flowery your language is. If you're able to put together something in a simplistic language, that's about it. That's all people care about, to see how well can you articulate things, how well can you think through things. And can't emphasize, enough on this one. You should know what are your own measures of performance. Do I want to come up with a brilliant research paper at the end of 2 months? Or do I want to just do a good enough job so that I get a certificate? What is your measure of performance? Because end of the day, your standards are going to stay with you. If I set your standards, you may or may not agree. I may or may not be a part of your journey tomorrow. But what kind of standards do you really set for yourself? That's going to stay with you throughout the lifetime. So set your standards well and keep measuring yourself against those standards. And finally, when the project comes to you, think like the owner. Think it's not the company's project, it's your project. So how are you going to make a difference out there? Because tomorrow when the recruiter comes to recruit you, you will have to defend the project. The company is not going to come and defend the project for you. So think like the owner of the project. How do you want to present yourself in front of the recruiter? How do you want to kind of go out there and say that, okay, this is the value that I created. My mentor didn't expect me to read so many research papers, but I did it. I figured out. Okay, now somebody actually had asked me a question a while ago that what if I don't find, a virtual internship, then what do I do? Like I said, we all are in times where we understand that, okay, there could be a possibility that you may not get a project. Talk to your faculty members. Can they give you a project? Talk to your college. Can they figure out something? And you can create something out there as well. Why not? I mean, I'm sure if you look around, if you read papers in your functional areas, you will see that people are talking about, the changing times. What are the new mindsets that leaders are looking at? Can you create something from there? So for example, this one student spoke to me and, he said that he's actually building an entrepreneurship cell within his college because he doesn't have a project and he knows that the world of tomorrow is going to focus on entrepreneurship. So how can I inculcate entrepreneurial mindset amongst the students? I'm working on that product. Nobody's asked me to do it, but I'm doing it on my own because I know that's the demand for tomorrow. So start thinking. Even if you don't have a project with a corporate, that doesn't stop you from learning new things. So start thinking about what is it that the world of tomorrow needs and read up a lot. The more you read, the more insights and data and knowledge you will get, and that will shape up your perspectives. And that's when, we talk about learning these new skills. Now, when I was managing the learning and development team for one of my employers, when I started talking to a lot of leaders, they said that, forget all the fancy leadership programs. What we really need at this hour is people who can communicate well. And when I say communicate well, it's not about communicating in good English. It's about basic English with right grammar, but communicating with impact. So if I want to communicate something, instead of saying 20 sentences, can I just communicate in 2 sentences? So that's the whole business communication bit which people talk about. Now, I'm talking about, a leader who said that my people who have 5-6 years of experience need these skills. My challenge to you is what's stopping you from learning this right away? There are tons of courses, free courses available right now that will help you understand what business communication is. How do you write effective emails? Learn about, Microsoft Excel, learn about Microsoft PowerPoint. I mean, these are the things which potential recruiters also look for. When I recruit, I look for the fact that, okay, can somebody work with those Excel sheets? Can somebody make good PPTs? So why not learn it now? Like I said, you are not commuting anywhere. You're sitting at home, you're doing your work, you're saving at least 2 to 3 hours each day. What will you actually do with these 2 to 3 hours? So start building new skills, because these are the skills that are going to differentiate you when you go out in front of a recruiter and say that, okay, this is what I've done. So this is how I've leveraged. I mean, I've stretched myself out in these 2 months and I've done everything possible that I could have done. There are a lot of these massive online universities where there are a lot of free courses which are available, and most of these universities have actually opened up free courses now because people are sitting at home. So globally, these courses are available, so you can actually do some of these courses. There are tons of webinars that are happening right now. If you go onto LinkedIn, you look at webinars, there are so many of them available. Enroll in these free webinars. You're getting a lot of knowledge for free right now, so just try to grab as much as you can. I see a lot of people taking LinkedIn and YouTube courses these days, so look for those courses, and most of these courses are only on building up basics like your communication, email writing, negotiations, managing stakeholders. Do all of that. It's a good way for you to start understanding the basics, so that tomorrow when you join a company, the company should feel that, okay, I don't care about the basics here because the person already has an understanding. Now let me see how can I help the person grow faster in this organization. The other big thing that you really need to focus on, and I think every student should work on this, is the executive presence. How would you want people to see you? How do you want people to, perceive you? And executive presence is not about how you dress up. It's not just about how you dress up. It's about how you communicate with authority. It's about, so when you're talking about your summer project, you should be so confident about it that, the recruiter should be like, okay, this person has really done some good work because you have done work. So how would you build that presence around you that, okay, when you enter into in any room, you are actually radiating that confidence. You're actually saying that, okay, I've done a very good job out of this summer internship, and I'm happy to confidently talk about this particular project. So what kind of presence do you want to build for yourself? Read up upon it, consciously bring in that energy within you that, okay, I want to look confident, I want to sound confident, I want to walk confidently. And I want to, and when this confidence comes in, you are able to influence people better. And executive presence is also about, influencing people to listen to you. So that's something that, you could always look at. Go within, so there was, most of you would have seen this on WhatsApp. It kept talking about when you can't go outside, go deep within yourself. So this is a good time to kind of, go within and see that, okay, what is it that's not helping me? Break that one habit. It could be procrastination. It could be, sleeping long hours. It could be, binge watching TV. It could be binge eating. Whatever is that one habit which is not helping you, go within, be aware of that habit, consciously make a decision that I need to let go of this habit. It's a good time, you have 2 months to practice it. So be aware of that one habit and let it go. Consciously let it go. Tell your mind that I choose to let this habit go. And then finally, take some time out, So like I said, you're saving on a lot of commute time. You're saving on a lot of time by not venturing outside, meeting up with your friends. There's so much time that you're saving up. Think of yourself, you figure out what gives you joy in life, what are your talents, what are your skills, what do you really love to do, what is your purpose in life, think about those things. Exercise, keep yourself fit, keep your body strong enough so that your immunity, boosts up. Eat right, reflect, journal. There are so many things that you could do. And it's important that you do it now, because once you get into a full-fledged corporate careers, so many things actually come up on you, and then, every other thing becomes irrelevant. While it shouldn't be irrelevant even at that point of time, but so many things do become irrelevant. So now is a good time for you to actually do all of these things and just take care of your own self and fuel your purpose, fuel your soul to say that, okay, what do I really like to do? After 1 year, when I step out of this college, what kind of roles would I want to evaluate? What kind of work would I like to do? And just go after that. And finally, I said this a while ago as well, you are actually more than your circumstances. So I was reading something interesting this morning. So this chairman of, I'm sure all of you would have heard of this company called Lego. They build those Lego pieces. So the chairman of this company says that creativity is not like bringing something out from nowhere. Creativity is actually the rearrangement of existing knowledge into useful combinations. So if you see a Lego game, there are different pieces in the game, and you creatively build those pieces together, and you actually rearrange those pieces, and you make a new combination altogether out of those pieces. So it's not about the fact that, oh, you know what, everything is so scattered, now I can't do anything. In fact, because it's scattered, it gives you an opportunity to build something that you want. Because the pieces are scattered, you can actually make a tree out of it, or you can make a house out of it, or you can make a building or a garden out of it. And that's only because it's scattered. If it was all put together, you would have very little flexibility to do things that you want. So right now, go after that philosophy and say that, okay, because everything is scattered, I can do whatever I like, whatever value I feel like creating. So learn that mindset, when you're learning your skills, learn that mindset as well, and just believe in your own self. You can do much more than what you can actually think of. So thank you so much, everybody. It was really nice talking to you. We keep posting a lot of stuff for students on this particular LinkedIn ID, Van Skilling and Advisory on LinkedIn. So you can find us, or you can follow us, and you can find a lot of content on business transformations, on different projects that we keep launching. So please do follow us there. And then if you have any questions, you can always write to me. My email ID is up there. And with this, I hand over to Kavita. We will take up the questions right in the end. So Kavita, over to you. And thank you so much for giving this space to me.
Incorrect meeting password, please.
बंद करो यार ऐसे ही होना मेरे को तो घाघरा में फिर भी एक मिनट मिला ना मेरे को देख क्या डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया देख मेरे को तो फिर भी 8 मिनट मिला मेरे अंकल ये और एक को बता
Baby. Are you start?
दो मिला और एक ये मिला
मैं unmute everybody करके mute सबको mute
ये मिला
Kavita, please mute everyone. There's a lot of disturbance.
तो ये और एक जैकेट भी बोला था
Okay, make it
Kavita, please mute everyone. There's a lot of disturbance. Everybody is talking. Can't be listening.
No, 1 second. एक second. Everybody's muted now. You start. Yeah, you start.
So managing summer internship is a very difficult task for all of us now. So I thought it is important for me to conduct such webinar which may be useful for all of us to understand that how can we help and maximize our students to not stop learning. So very quickly, as introduction part of it, as we understand that summer internship is very imperative opportunity for management graduates, and it is a very wonderful platform for students to learn, collaborate, and enhance their knowledge and practical learning. But due to this current situation, lockdown, we as a placement officer should not be disappointed. We should try to see this as an opportunity for knockdown to corporate world in a new perspective. And many corporate friend of mine has already told me that work from home or virtual internship, online ad tech companies are proving solutions to deal with the current situations. So how will it be possible that we are going to see in my webinar, in my presentation? So the objective of my presentation, the one is to give you the information about the availability of various online platform for summer internship to make the attendee aware. I understand that my attendee is not only students, my attendees are also placement officers, students, and some faculties. So I will try to make an impact or make an efforts where you all as an attendee will be getting aware and inform about the right method to approach. I will also try to guide all of you about the professional aspects while approaching to the companies for online internships. And do's and don'ts part has already been covered by Minu ma'am. So that is something which I'm not going to talk much about it. So the first internship portal which I'm going to put before all of you is about AICT internship portal. As a B school, as a management institute, or as a technical institute, it is important for all of us to get approved by AICT. From time to time, AICT, All India Council of Technical Education, come up with their own guidelines, come up with their own notification about the function, student related information, that how they need to approach to be more employable into the market. So in view of this, AICT has recently launched the AICT internship portal. You may see the website link I have also mentioned on my slide, and it is important you may register yourself as a student internship or for a faculty internship. So AICT has categorized into two parts, where as a student if you want to register, or as a faculty you want to register, you may register. You may see the available opportunities which could be online, in India, or international, or in government, or in company. So there are different internship category, there are different internships by functions of corporates. So according to your interest, you may apply. This is not only limited to students, even as a faculty, we also want to do some online internship. If we want to explore the opportunities for ourselves, we may definitely register ourselves on AICT internship portal and take the benefit out of it. They have lots of opportunities available. Just to check whether it is functioning or it is not functioning. Yesterday I tried, I logged on myself, I logged in myself, and after logged in myself, this is how my dashboard has started coming in, wherein it will give you the complete information. You need to upload the information as per AICT instruction. The moment you register yourself, it is not necessary that you should register with your organization email ID. You may register with your own email ID and you may leverage the opportunity. I think it is very crucial for us to take this internship portal, wherein we can ask our students, our placement officers or our faculty to log in and understand the availability of different internship opportunities available through this portal. So very quickly, you may also glance that how you need to register. I have written here 5 points that this is how your registering can be happened. You need to visit AICT portal. The website link is already I have mentioned on my slide. Then you need to log in yourself as per the mentioned category. Mentioned category means either you are a student or you are a faculty. Then you register yourself. You will receive an OTP on your mobile. Put the OTP on the registration desk of AICT, log in and start applying. So this is wonderful internship portal which we all need to explore, and mentioned to be mode of, it is free of cost. So definitely AICT has taken this initiative and they really want us to gear up with the challenges. So the second important internship portals on which nowadays maximum students are applying, are getting lots of benefits, is none other than is internshala.com. So we all are aware of, I'm sure maximum placement officers, TPOs are aware of this Internshala portals. So Internshala portal has come up to help students to get the internship. Though they said it is for students, anyone can apply for it, and anybody who wants to earn while learning and simultaneously enhance their scaling, want to do more networking with corporates, learn through more people, it is, you may register over here, and these are the different internship programs they are offering. One more thing Internshala has come up, that apart from internships, they have also come up with online training. Though it is chargeable, but the amount is lesser. You don't have to pay a very huge amount for them, and based on individual institute requirements, they keep on customize the services, and they help institute to leverage the facilities. This very soon they are coming up with this initiative that is about Chalo India, let's work from home, wherein they are going to upload more than 12,000 work from home internships. And this initiative they have taken considering the current COVID-19 situation. And AICT, they are already internship partner of AICT. So now AICT has also extended its services or its support, wherein any organization who has a very innovative ideas, and any organization who wants to help students to get the maximum benefit, they may immediately take them a partner. So recently I have attended one webinar wherein AICT chairman himself was talking about, and he said that it is important for all of us to visit AICT website and know, because AICT has recently signed with some 38 edtech companies to skill all technical institute students, and maximum services are in free of cost. So people can sit at home, they may take the benefit, and if you get a certificate through AICT related companies, it becomes easy for convince your recruiters to employ your students. This I'm saying with my personal experience as a TPO of Management Institute. So how to apply on Internshala? The process is very simple. The first, you need to register yourself, complete your profile, and submit your application. Once you open a Internshala portal, you will get all the instruction if you are a first time user to take the benefit. So this is the step by step methods which I have mentioned over here. It is again free of cost. There is no cost which students need to pay to the internshala. And whether your organization is an engineering organization, engineering institute, or medical institute, pharmacy institute, management institute, architecture institute, any institute you are, they have n number of projects for every specialization. So internshala is one of the most admiring and useful portal which has come into the picture, and they are helping a lot to get the benefit of this current situations. The third internship portal which I'm going to talk about is about hellointern.com. So we have not heard more about this portal, but when I was browsing through the top 10 internship portal which is available in India and doing well, so Hello Intern was one of them. So you may see here this on screen that this has been started in the year 2006 by few IIT Bombay, but today it has, in 2013, it has reached at the global outreach, and today they are working wonderfully. They are not just helping students to get internship, they are also helping students to get mentoring. They are fostering lots of startups, and they are also helping organization to develop a very effective ecosystems in terms of their human capital requirements. And they are also helping individuals with excellent internship opportunities. So Hello Intern is one of the most important portal which you should tell your students to join and register themselves to get the benefit out of it. The process is again very simple. For a student, it is free. The registration is like this. When a student decide to join Hello Intern website portal for their internship, very simply they need to register with this methods and start browsing the availability of different internship opportunities in this particular portal. The fourth internship portal which I'm going to talk about, Let's Intern. Again, it has not been heard of widely, but you will be surprised to know that Let's Intern has more than 5,000 internship available on their portal for students based on industry and based on location. And they also come up with their blog system where anybody, I mean any students who wants to learn more about industry, wants to know more about their functionality aspects, they may immediately look into it and start functioning into these areas. So Let's Intern is again very, very useful internship portal which students should look into it and should start getting the benefit out of it. Another internship portal which has also been covered by Hindustan Times, Hindustan Times newspaper. Here it is talking about makeintern.com. So what makeintern.com does, again, makeintern.com is a very important internship portals which is, and here you can see that Google is their partner. Google is their partner. So through these services, it is easy for you to tell your students to register on MakeIntern, ask for internship, get the training. They do lots of workshops wherein they get associated with colleges. They help the colleges to understand about the actual company requirements, help the institute to prepare students as per corporate requirements. So all these things are very, very crucial for us as a TPO to know about it and start practicing these methods. There are many other internship portals which are also available wherein we can take the benefit out of it. So a few of the, here you may see that I have listed multiple internship portals because I believe that you all must have got a now confidence that how maximize the benefit in these crucial situations. A couple of days I am just talking to many students, many TPOs, wherein everybody is so fearful that how they should take this as a challenge to help students, because we are not very used to such kind of a situations. Basically, we also have understood that the filling of internship does not come to us unless or until students go physically see the corporate companies, see the corporate functioning, then learning becomes very difficult for all of us to understand. I agree with all this fear, because I am also on the same boat. But however, availability of such kind of an internship portals make our challenge easy. So here the list which I have mentioned, whether it is Oster Connect, Intern Lelo 29, 2019, Youth for Work, Super Interns, Freshers, World Remote OK, Angel List, and Indian Internships, they all are doing wonderful work, and they are helping institutes to leverage the opportunities. Unfortunately, we don't have much information and awareness about its existence, about its presence, because of which we all get confused. uh, but once we know about it, this is what I am doing it right now. I keep on exploring multiple platforms wherein I am asking my students to get registered through these internship portals, leverage the opportunities, and see the kind of offer which is coming to them, and apply themselves. If this webinar is also being attended by students, so I want to address students while saying that please understand that this is a very crucial time, and here you can't now rely completely on your own institute. It is important as a B school student or as a technical student, you also to proactively take the opportunity and start applying to various internship portals which I have just mentioned. Because if this is new for you, this is new for your institute as well. So believe me, we all are equally confused, puzzled, and we all are trying to find out the way so that we should give you the minimum suffering to identify your opportunities. So I think this is the best time when actually we can have try collaboration. I think 4 collaboration, rather saying try collaboration, we should have 4 collaboration, wherein students, academia, students, service agencies, and corporates can come together and function to help students to get the benefit. This is the one aspect which I had spoken about, the different internship portals. I also want to tell the attendee that if the faculty is attending, the TPOs are attending at this webinar. So I would also like to tell the TPOs and faculties that please again go back to your recruiters data and at least make a request to them to take your students for work for home internship. Minu ma'am mentioned very correctly that at last, if your students do not get the internship, faculty has to guide it, which has already notified by AICT. However, as a TPOs, I think we all have only one intention, to connect our students, our industry, connect our students, our institute with industry. So with that mindset, and last number of registration which we have seen over here, the reason being because we understood that you all are very keen and with altruistic mindset, you want to help your students. So what I am doing and what others TPOs are doing, which is helping them luckily to get the internship for their students. One, definitely we are trying to leverage the opportunity of all these available internship portals, which I have just mentioned about it. But we are also trying to speak to our recruiters, regular recruiters or our potential recruiters with whom we interact on and often, and we request them to help students to get the online internships. I'm sure with this approach, with these 2 mindsets, if we work towards it, it will definitely help your students to get the benefit out of it. I think this is not the time when we need to disappoint. This is the time for all of us to actively involve ourselves and strengthen our industry academia collaboration. And trust me, all these portals are definitely very, very useful, relevant, and fruitful. And I had known to many of these internship portals founders personally. I had spoken to all of them before hosting this webinar with their suggestions, with their perspective. I'm putting my point before all of you. So what I want to talk about it, already Minu ma'am had spoken enough that if you are doing a virtual internship, then what do's and don'ts. But we should not look as a adversity situations. Like few of my students were saying, ma'am, if I do work from home internship, then what learning will come to me? So I just understood that we should not look like it as a limitation. Work from home or virtual internship has its own advantage, and we should start thinking from that perspective. And here TPOs plays a very crucial role. My request to all TPOs that try to interact with your students through this webinar, with through this webinar concepts, and keep on motivating them and keep on talking to them, because this time they need a counseling also. They are equally emotionally unstable. They are, and children will always be like a children even if they are an adult. So this man students, these technical students always rely on TPOs. They believe that TPOs have the panacea, they know everything. uh, I understand that we also don't know everything, but before students obviously we have to pretend that we know everything, and we need to make an approach to help our students, and we need to convince that work from home and virtual internship has its own advantage, and they should look it with a positive mindset. They should not be pessimistic and think, oh, this is not going to give you a kind of a corporate exposure. Second, students should keep trying these companies patiently and consistently. It happens that sometimes students apply to some internship portals and the project do not come as per their expectations. Students may apply in around 10 companies or 15 companies, or around 20 companies, and then they give up. They say, "Hamara kuch ho nahi raha hai. We are not getting the facilities. We are not getting the benefits out of it." My request to students that please keep trying to companies. Don't lose your hope. It is not important. I mean, it is okay if you don't get the benefit, if you don't get accepted by the companies in your first or two attempts. Might you have to make 100 attempts, but please make 100 attempts. You need to understand that you need to help yourself. No one will be there to help you as of now. Your TPOs definitely will be there, but they also have certain limitations. So you need to be proactive, you need to be initiator to maximize the benefits. Then only these online internship opportunities will encash on it. It is also important for placement cell to create an account in maximum internships. So here I want to talk about that. Though I talked about this available of various internship portals where students will be login, but I believe TPOs should also log in just to keep a check or just to understand that what kind of opportunities are coming to the students. For example, when I was talking about Internshala or AICT, you have seen on my screen that I have also personally logged in myself just to see the quality of internship which is coming over there. If I know the quality of internship, then it is easy for me to convince my students to take the internship. Otherwise, what will happen? Only students have applied, and then we as a TPOs will relax and say, oh, we have done the job. I think it is important for all of us that whatever portals I have mentioned, or if you know any other portals, then please log in yourself. My request to academic institutions, faculty, that whatever portals you will put before your students, please make sure that you have also logged in and you have known the kind of internship is coming over there. The founder of such kind of portals are very, very liberal, very flexible. They feel happy to talk to faculty. They feel happy to speak to them, improvise the facilities, and change the system. And some of the portals also customize the facilities for institutes. So definitely TPOs, my request to TPOs that when you ask your students to log in, then please log in yourself also. And last point which I want to tell about is encourage your students to register for the course and apply internship. And I think with this mindset, if we all start working together, then it will become easy for us to help our students to get the benefit out of it. So here I rest my case. I conclude my presentation, and now we are open for question and answer session. Thank you very much.
So I would request if everybody can